What is going on, guys? I don't know if you can hear me. The quality of the microphone might not be the best. So I see Bring On the Herd. I see Brian Jones. Let me know if you guys can hear me. All right. I don't want to be the guy that drags these on for 15 hours. So I have to have gloves on. As many of you guys probably know, I'm going through some kidney issues. So I'm trying to just be really careful. So I have these really nice purple gloves, man, and they are super tight too. So I want to let you guys know I have these packs here. These are baseball cards for you. These are repacks. I don't have any affiliation with these sellers. This guy probably just thought somebody hit the lotto and bought a whole bunch of packs from him. So we're gonna go through these. I've got some soft sleeves. I guess we're gonna open I don't know, maybe three of them. There is I believe these were $5 a pack. So obviously you guys should know the names we are going for. And somebody asked me, why would you go through and buy, repacks? And I'll show you just ripping. The reason I would buy repacks is because, first of all, like regular cards are super expensive. And, they were like, do you trust that this guy is going to give you, quality cards? I don't know. Do you trust anybody? Do you trust the person, selling you the cards in Walmart? I don't know. So this pack is officially opened. Spare me if I don't know all the names, but we'll try to go through here. I do know this guy. I know this guy really well. This guy is probably one of the biggest reasons I was into baseball as a kid. Nolan Ryan. I know this guy, Mr. George Brett. I love these cards too. These are, I think these are Panini product. They're Panini Diamond Kings, which are different than the Diamond Kings I had growing up. So this looks like Albert Alize. I've got a Fernando Romero. I've got a Jacob deGrom, who I've heard of. I've got a Hank Aaron. Everybody's heard of Hank Aaron, right? Hank Aaron's a big one. I've got an Allen and Ginter card here. Looks like world talent from Cuba, Yoenis Cespedes. And then he's back-to-back here in his Mets gear. I've got an Alex. These cards are totally sticking to these gloves, too. Before I was going to say, before I get into this, too much further. So as I said, if you just came in, these are $5 per pack. I should have autographs and relics in one of every 10 packs is an auto, and one out of every 2 packs is a relic. So we're kind of guaranteed to hit to a degree. Here is an Alex Gordon. Here is my guy, Austin Hayes, man. This is a beautiful card. I will tell you, I had not collected baseball cards for a really long time. I am so impressed with the quality of these cards. So this definitely looks like a Bowman Platinum, probably an insert, but that's a rookie. We'll set that one to the side. We'll definitely want to sleeve that one. Here is a Lucas Galato, I suppose. I'm going to be really bad with names. I do know this name, though. Noah Syndergaard. So that is a good one. I'm also familiar with these cards. And I tell you what, if you're in the chat, I would be interested to know how you feel about these cards. Because me personally, I do not like these cards at all. These are a holiday exclusive. This is a Felix Hernandez. So this is, they'll put, like, in this case, it has snow. In some case, it'll have trees. They basically, do wreaths, like everything holiday related. I'm just not into that too much. Here's a Chris Davis, Oakland A's opening day. Here is a Bobby Bradley Bowman Chrome with, I don't think these are true refractors. I just think that's the style of the card. Here's a guy that I know, Mike Piazza. Everybody knows old Mike. I believe this is an unlicensed product from Donruss, so it doesn't have, it could be, I could be wrong. Somebody will correct me like they always do. I know some of these companies do not have the licensing, so it makes the cards a little bit weird. Here's a Dominic Smith. Here is a Yadier Molina with the Cardinals. That is not a good drawing. Try to see. Doesn't say. They do have some really cool Project 70 cards that have some drawings that I've liked. A Miguel Aguilar? I don't know. Somebody correct me. I know you already have. This is hard to read. That is a Connor Usselton. Connor Usselton? Not familiar. Not watching a whole lot of Pirates over here, but I do want to try to get to a Pirates game this year. Here is a Cody Bellinger on the LA Dodgers. That's a nice looking card. a Parker Bridwell. We have another name I'm familiar with here in Trey Turner. Then we have a Johnny Bench. Everybody knows Johnny Bench, man, one of the all-time greats. And then a Jen-Ho Singh. So of that pack, we obviously didn't get an auto. We didn't get a memorabilia card. But for my Orioles collection, I'm pretty happy, man. I did walk away with that Austin Hayes rookie. So we'll set these on top of my display here. We'll grab another one of these packs. So I guess you guys, in a way, will have to like help me understand who the big players in that pack were if I missed over some of them. So I guess just for authenticity's sake, I'm going to rip this one. If you guys want to go buy these, too bad. I bought them all. There's literally no more. So I guess we'll find out if I got the loaded packs or not. But I will say I've ordered a whole bunch of stuff, and I mean a whole bunch of stuff, like a closet full of stuff. Only one person knows that it was for YouTube use, because I've watched a lot of people open these packs, and I got to say, man, I worry about people juicing them, and I don't want that to happen. I don't need a card sponsorship. So with that said, we'll open up pack number 2. We've got another Trey Turner, a Superstar Sensations. That's a good-looking card. I believe this is Gurriel. We have a Justin Verlander. That's a name that I know, pitcher for the Astros at that time. We have a Zank Greinke. There's another name that I know. These are a Topps Gold label. That's a pretty good-looking card. We have another Bowman Platinum. This is a Joe Mauer. I will also say all of these cards are in very, very good condition for being repacks. That's some of the things that I have a concern about with repacks is what's the condition of the cards going to be. You know, all these cards are in a really good condition. Here's a Max Fried. Here's a beautiful Portraits. Jackie Robinson. And this card has like a matte. It's probably hard to tell, but it has like a matte texture to it. Here is a Dylan Cease. Here's a Fire card. I love these Fire cards in all sports, by the way. This is a Blackburn. This is a Paul Blackburn Oakland A's Fire card. That's, I'm sure, a parallel. Here's a Josh. Akemi? Somebody will correct me, I'm sure. Here's a Marcus Walden. Why can't they all be like Marcus Walden, right? Easy name. Marcus Walden. Here's a Logan Morrison. There's an easy one. So this is going to be our first, I guess, so to speak, hit of the session. So this is a Trey Turner card. I don't see a number on it, but obviously because it's backwards, I know that it is going to be a special card. It actually is numbered on the front. This is a 2018 Prestige number 152 of 199. So we'll put that over in the important pile, if you will. So over here, Mason Bumgarner next. Anthony Rizzo with a Never Compromise parallel. These are the cards that when I was a kid weren't there, but were the old cards at the shop. I love the fact that they're going back and kind of redoing this style. So this is basically the Mets future stars. Sometimes they'll run parallel with like draft picks going from year to year. This is going to be a Stadium Club, I believe, right? I still know a little bit of baseball card, right? I think this is a Stadium Club. Stadium Clubs have really, really good photography. So that's a rookie debut from Nick Kingham. I love the hats, the old school hats the Pirates wear. Here is a Nicky Delmonico, a Tyler Beatty, a Brian Dozier. There's a Joey Gallo with some type of Texas flaggage going on in the background. I'm not sure what they're doing with the flag. It looks like they're running with the flag. You don't see a lot of running with the flags in baseball. Here's a Buster Posey, who I believe recently retired. I also hate these cards in addition to the holiday cards. This is the USA Baseball. I don't know why I don't like these cards. I just don't like these cards. So this is a Michael Brooks. This is probably very much a child playing USA Baseball. This is going to be one of my favorite cards, the Gypsy Queens. This is a Sean Molina. They make some really cool, like tarot-looking cards. This is not one of them, but they do make some really cool-looking tarot cards. And then we'll finish this with an Adam Haseley. So other than the Trey Turner insert, I don't know anything too much from that pack. We'll open this last pack. Obviously, I am familiar with some of the big stars from 2018, so we haven't hit any of them yet, but I hope we will. I would say, though, overall, for $15, I'm pretty happy with the assortment of cards and the number of cards. So this is going to be 75 cards. I'll just open this one here, and then we'll do the last one. We're going to try to do these 3 at a time. And these are really fighting me coming out of the package, and I don't know why. And we almost had our first victim of falling, so we almost dropped a couple cards. So I'm going to start here. Yeah, we definitely lost control for sure. We're going to start here with Dylan Bundy, who was a pitching prospect that really did not work out with the Orioles. We're going to move on to Marcus Stroman. We've got another one of these Allen and Ginter world talents. This is a Erasmo Ramirez, I hope. This is obviously from the falling outs that I had with these cards when I opened them. Here's another holiday card of Brandon Crawford with the snow. Sometimes they'll put like wreaths. Sometimes they'll put like a Santa hat on these things for some reason. This is another kind of a retro looking card on a Mitch Keller. Here's a portraits of Tony Gwynn, one of the all-time greats. Loved watching Tony Gwynn as a kid. Here's a fortune teller. This is not the tarot looking card I was talking about, but here's a fortune teller, J.P. Crawford. These cards are such a pain to stack because they're just like they make a whole bunch of these smaller cards, and for that matter, Allen and Ginter also like make some like offsides cards that like throw the stacks all off. Here's a Miles Mikolas, I believe. I like the mustache, the old throwback mustache. Here's the Yard Goats. I love any minor league team, man. They have the best team names. Here's the Yard Goats with Sam Hilliard. Here is a Ronald Torres. I'm sure there's a Yankee fan that is just bitter right now, but that's another fire card, beautiful looking card. Here's a Paul Goldschmidt. And again, the throwback style. I don't know if the pink is a parallel or not, but it could be. Here is a Oriasis Johnson. This is a numbered card. It is numbered 40, I don't know, really hard to tell. 4849 of 999. So we'll set that over in the numbered side. Here is a parallel Gypsy Queen Dominic Smith. And here is one of the hits we have of a player I do know. It's a Chris Davis hit. It is number 84 of 99, and this looks like it is going to be a team medallion. So the team medallions, this is a heavy card, by the way, for a card, I will say. The team medallions I've seen before, they're a pretty card. This is like a $6 card. So this one right here definitely covered the cost of this pack. We'll set that gently over on the other side. Here is a George Springer. There's a name that I know in the blue parallel. Here is a Parker Bidwell. Here is an Ernie Banks, the 500. Again, this is one of those really nice, like matte finish cards from Panini. I really like those. Here is an Ichiro. So that's a good one to hold on to. We'll put this over in the pile of players at least I'm aware of. This is a Thomas. Is that Inito? Somebody let me know. Somebody will let me know. Another all-time great Ernie Banks. We have another. Do we have more than one there? No, these cards, when they reprint these cards, they always seem like they're sticking together, and they're not. Here is a Bowman Platinum Dominic Smith. Again, just beautiful, beautiful styling. You know, really, these cards have almost became like a work of art more than anything else. Here is another Diamond King. Oh, well, okay, here's the Diamond Kings. Here is the card that will probably make the set. This is a past and present Babe Ruth and Ohtani card. This is absolutely a stunning card, and it's all the more true because of all the actual parallels that are coming through. So that is actually an awesome looking card. And again, I can't tell you enough. The texture on this card is really nice. So this is a card I would have paid probably more than $5 for. So if you look at this whole lot of those 3 packs being $15, I am exceptionally happy with just this one. And we'll set it over here because we'll definitely sleeve that up. Here's a Manny Machado, who I had the pleasure of seeing in person play. I don't believe this is any type of numbered or parallel, but it's still a cool little card. Manny Machado making it happen over with Tatis, at least hopefully for the foreseeable future. Here's a Chrome rookie card, Ryan McMahon. And then we're going to end it with a guy who signed a card for me not too long ago. That it's ironic that we would start this with Nolan Ryan, and then we would end this with Ryan Sandberg, who as a kid, to be honest with you, I was not that big of a fan of because of how he spelled his name differently than mine. But nevertheless, I wanted to knock this out in 15 minutes, and I think we just cleared it. So to go back through, I don't know why I put this in the pile of good cards. I mean, it's a decent card, but, you know, to me, if you look at Oreo-wise, we did get a couple decent returns, but this obviously, to me, I guess as far as monetary value would be concerned, if you're looking at a $15 purchase, you're definitely going to get that back just on these two cards. Set aside the other 73, quick math, 73 that were there. So with that said, guys, I don't want to be the guy that turns this into 40-minute videos. I am going to have another one tomorrow. We'll open up another product. I've got a true mystery pack that we'll go through that I bought on eBay, and we'll see if I'm able to get the pull of the packs. Because I think when I buy those packs subconsciously, I know that I'm getting zero value, but it would be nice if I could get something in return. Beckett, I would say, since someone asked earlier, how do you value these cards? It's hard to value these cards. I'm not an investor of these cards. So as far as I'm concerned, the value in the card is only what someone else is willing to pay for it. Like this card right here very well may be worth on a book $8, but does it matter? No, because I'm not selling it. So, if somebody wants to pay $100 for it, that's what it would be worth. Ungraded, I don't think cards have a lot of value right now. I may grade some of these at some point. I would probably use SGA because I've heard just nightmares about PSA holding cards, mixing orders, as I've listened to people over the past little bit with cards. But right now, ungraded, a raw card really doesn't have all that much value. Other than that, I know that in my community tab, I talked about giving away some cards. I am going to do that on the next stream simply because this just came out of nowhere. I wanted to sit down, see how things worked, make sure everything kind of flowed. I'll watch this back if I'm happy with the quality. I appreciate all you guys showing up. I can't see because I don't have my phone. Let me check my phone real quick. I can't even see how many people are here, and my phone does not work well with these gloves. So it shows, okay, 30 people for an just spur of the moment, 11 o'clock at night. I'm happy with that. We will come back tomorrow. I will open up a true mystery pack that could give me no value. Unlike this, appreciate you guys watching this video, and I will be back as soon as I can.